SEO has changed a lot over the years, but right now we are evolving at a faster pace than things have ever occurred. And unless you want to get left behind in 2025, these are the biggest mistakes you need to avoid if you actually want to stay ahead of the curve and compete in search. Number one, overcomplicating SEO. The biggest unlock I've potentially ever experienced in my SEO career was when I actually just stopped absorbing more information and instead just expunged most of the useless things I actually learned. You cannot perfectly or effectively do every single element of SEO, okay? It's impossible. But you will be better than 99% of SEOs if you just pick 4 to 5 things to get really good at. For us at our agency, those few things are schema implementation, bottom funnel blog content, collection page creation and optimization, internal linking, and link insertions and tiered links. That's it, okay? You notice I didn't talk extensively about technical SEO or extensively about all these different like topical authority or topical maps or any other kinds of link building, right? If you can just focus and get really good at a few things, you're going to be better than most of the SEOs out there, okay? Now, I'm obviously still learning more like in-depth, nuanced things about each of these 5 items. I haven't stopped learning, but I just trimmed the fat kind of off of what we do. And as a result, we've gotten a lot better at it and our clients get a lot better results. Number 2, trying to optimize for every search engine and LLM out there, okay? I have people ask me all the time, clients, prospects, other agencies, other freelancers, how can we optimize for ChatGPT or how can we optimize for Perplexity? Look, it is well-known knowledge that different LLMs use different points, like different knowledge bases to train their models, right? Perplexity, I believe, uses Yelp. OpenAI and Anthropic probably more like definitely use Google and just like generally the internet to train their model. So yeah, if you like just wanted to rank on Perplexity, yeah, like I would go with a Yelp-based strategy, for example. However, it's a pretty like narrow like window to try and fit yourself through, okay? If like just using Yelp and just like aiming for Perplexity optimization. However, there are countless studies that show a direct correlation between ranking highly on Google and increased visibility on LLMs. Now, could this change in the next 12 to 24 months? Probably. It could change next month for all I know. But you need to act on the information you have now, and that is that the fundamentals that work on Google also work for LLMs. Good content, site structure, schema, backlinks, all that kind of stuff, okay? Those things work on Google. The fundamentals are also still working for LLMs, okay? You cannot simultaneously optimize for Google and Chat and Anthropic all at once, right? If you did, your content's going to look wildly across the board. Your links are going to look wildly different. And you're probably actually going to end up spinning your wheels and not getting traction on any of the platforms. Number 3, wasting time. The best thing you can do in SEO, despite what I say or anyone else says or what you've encountered, the best thing you can do is observe what's working, test it on your own site, confirm or deny that it works for you or in that niche or whatever. If it does work, do more of it. And if not, discard it and go back to observing, like find the next thing. What you absolutely cannot do though is just waste time. I remember like way back when I started my career, I was like, oh, I got to have like this perfect content calendar, all these perfect links, like they're going to get aligned and all this kind of stuff. And like all of a sudden then I'm going to act. Absolutely not. Okay. Especially not now. You cannot wait for your content to be perfect before publishing. You cannot wait to find the perfect backlink. Okay. In SEO, especially right now, you need shots on goal. The timing will never be perfect. It'll never be the right time to hit publish or the right time to build that link. Like if you get a chance at it, do it. Again, especially like now when AI is changing so rapidly, if you sit around and plan your SEO strategy for 1 to 2 months, whatever you plan is very likely to be obsolete by the time you actually start implementing anything. And this is actually the problem with traditional SEO. And this is like why a lot of big companies are firing their SEO teams. 1 is AI is getting better, but 2, like it's just too damn slow. They take way too long to get action in big organizations, budgets become bloated, and things lag behind. Now, the beauty, if you're watching this channel, I assume you are an e-com founder, an e-com operator in a small to mid-sized business. Let's call it like sub 10 million a year, okay? Now, 10 million is obviously a big company. I'm not saying it's not, okay? However, you are not a huge organization, and you have the luxury of taking 100 shots on goal before your bigger competitors take even 1. Despite however smart you are, however good you think you may be at SEO, speed is without a doubt 100% your biggest attribute in SEO right now. You can do things faster and iterate faster and get faster results before your competitors can. And that is where you need to exercise most of your efforts. Okay. Number 4, not building backlinks. Okay. It has been, I've talked to so many SEOs. I've talked to most of the SEOs I talk to build backlinks. They pay for them. They do PR, but they get them. A lot of other SEOs are like, oh, they still hold on to this ideology or philosophy that if you write great content, links will come. If you're a high DR site, that methodology works. If you're a brand new site starting from scratch, you cannot just wait for links to come to you. Okay. Everyone can create content. Everyone can set up schema. So that is like a great content and schema, and all the free things or the low cost things are the great equalizers. Okay. The hard things to do, or the things that cost money, which in SEO is largely building, is where you can separate yourself from your competitors. Okay. Again, if you all write the same piece of content, like, no one's special here. But if you go get 5 or 10 more links than they do and build it to that piece of content, oh yeah, now you're immediately more special. Okay. In the age of AI, especially, like, your links are going to be what establishes you as an authority or what doesn't. So you need to build them. No questions asked. It's never been more important than it is right now. Number 5, publishing unedited AI content. I hope that if you try this, and I've tried it too, hopefully it's obvious to you that unedited AI content simply will not rank in 99% of SERPs. There are some very weak SERPs out there, like, for sure, international SERPs, like in non-English markets, or like super like non-competitive spaces, like probably not any e-commerce niches where you can like rank an unedited AI piece of content. Like, very few of them exist in the markets anyone watching this is actually competing in. Okay. Now, Google is not actually penalizing your AI content directly. It's just that it looks identical to the other 10 or 20 AI articles that also exist for that same SERP. It's not new. It's not unique. It's a regurgitation of the information that's already out there, the same information that your other competitors use to write the same content. Okay. Now, should you use AI for content? 100%. It makes it a lot faster. Just after the fact, go have a human edit it to add more information, fact check, do extra research, better structure, better internal links, all that kind of stuff. Okay. And the process is still going to be shorter than writing from scratch. Now, I will say, just with like the way we're trending in content, moving up more to the bottom of the funnel, or like no top funnel, we have actually tried to just human writers on a few articles for our clients, just as a test to see like what's happening. And I will say, we've only got about 10 or 20 of them written in total the last like month or two. But for the SERPs that we're targeting, our internal team that's just writing like from scratch is actually outperforming our AI and human written workflow on similar SERPs. It is more expensive, but I'd say it's worth testing on your own, quite frankly. Like, if you're just not getting track of the AI and editing, try writing from scratch. Writing from scratch is going to take a long time, like probably 3 to 4 hours of your time, depending on like article you're going after, but probably 3 to 4 hours of your time, like with research and all that kind of stuff. But I will say, like, you're just going to be more prone to like doing your own fact checking, writing the best article on the first try. And quite frankly, you're probably going to outperform because you're just going to spend more time than everyone else did. So something worth testing. Now, final mistake here, not using AI at all, right? I talked a lot about that in this video. I talked about using it in content, all that kind of stuff. You should be constantly innovating with AI to accelerate your content and internal workflows, and to ideate on your strategy, asking questions, getting ChatGPT's opinion on things, how it may improve things. You have the most powerful technology of all time at your fingertips, and I would say you would be dumb not to use it. I have an employee on my team whose only job is to go explore AI workflows and find ways to use it to improve our workflows and improve our output, efficiency, and overall just like quality across the board. Okay. I have a full-time hire for that. So if you're not using it, I think that is dumb of you, and you should be at least testing things like daily with AI. Just one other thing, like, I interviewed someone at a position for my agency the other day. They told me they don't use AI at all. They genuinely thought that they were better and faster without it. And I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're the smartest person on earth. That's just simply not true. Okay. The good thing about AI is that it has a volume. Like, you cannot even closely compete with the amount of volume that AI can do, right? It can synthesize entire spreadsheets to build out, help you with keyword research, to help you with data analysis. You would sit in front of that spreadsheet for hours at a time. AI can help you out in like sub 10 to 20 minutes, depending on what the data you're looking for. So I think it's absolutely worth your time to be using AI. And if you're not using AI at all, probably just pick a new career, quite frankly. End of this video. See you guys in the next one.